Oh, it's very wet. It's very wet.
Ooh. That is wet.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
What you want to hear anyway.
Leave it at that. Right, good evening everyone. Welcome to this week's Tier 3 stream here, round 6 at the Portimao circuit in Portugal. Comms tonight's myself, Claire Mull, joined by Kieran.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks. Nice to do it once in a while. While Dan's off doing these extracurriculars, also known as working. But yeah, very wet Portimao with what looks like Ross is the first man out on a set of Inters. Yeah, it is Ross, and then followed by an Alpha Tauri of Dave Douglas.
Sorry, no, I've just got a message off my dad saying he's going to give me a lap by lap update on what's happening in MotoGP because I'm missing it to do comms. Just noticed a comment there from Steve. Wet quali, wet sprint, dry race.
So, ooh.
Definitely going to be an interesting one.
Are they going to compromise sprint for feature, or are they going to compromise the feature for decent start position in the feature?
Well, that's it. Decent. If you get a decent quali and decent sprint in a fairly wet setup, then you could be in a good position for the feature. Obviously, this is a track where we've seen multiple incidents over the seasons of running here.
Because it's a very difficult place to overtake. A lot of the corners beg, especially in Sector 2, they look like they're great overtaking corners. And then you actually get to the apex, and the apex is a lot tighter than it looks.
Yeah.
From the braking zone.
It's wide on entrance and then tight on the exit.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone side by side through one ourselves, haven't we?
Yeah. I was just about to actually use that as an example. The run up between 5 and 7.
Yeah.
The little kink at 6. It looks like it's wide enough for 2 wide.
But it's not.
Not if it's me in control of one of the cars.
Yeah, not if you're on the inside, it's not.
Yeah.
Straight line it across that grass.
Yeah, so Ross is first man on a flyer. That is a very busy track, obviously.
Oh, Harvey disqualified already. Oh, do you know what?
He's probably come out the pits.
Slowed down for a car coming down the track, and I think someone's come up his arse on the exit of the pit lane. That's unfortunate. Yeah. That's obviously a known issue with the game where if a car closes up on you in the pit lane entry or it's just the exit, innit? It catches you.
Exit.
I didn't think it did it on entry as well.
I've had it on entry.
That's a shame for Harvey. That's a disappointing start to a session.
Absolutely. Title battle after last week is still looking very much same in regards to the 2 protagonists leading the charge with Lockman and Marshall, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Marshall who's come out of the pits behind Harvey as well. Chip's retired. Well. He does have a quali one.
As Lockman is just on a 28.4, that's 1.7, well 1.6 quicker than, and Nerf is just on. Is it starting to dry up maybe?
I doubt it.
Time's up. No, I mean as the rain actually stopped, is it now forming a dry line?
No, it's absolutely pissing it down, mate.
Then some might have committed to wet setups for the sprint.
Yeah, Harvey's just posted saying, sorry, went really slow out the pit lane as there were cars come in and become disqualified. Sorry if I screwed anyone over. I've got to say, I don't think he screwed anyone. I think it's just himself.
Yeah, what it's done is he's followed the steward's briefing posted by Dan about turn one and the exit of pit lane feeding it into.
Yeah, I don't think he's done anything wrong. He's done the
No,
right thing.
yeah. So it's just a game that's like kind of put its foot in it there. Um,
Pint size
so
with a 29.4 there as well, so he's up to
uh,
P6. Now he's just been
Dave
overtaken by Ross.
Dave was 1.1 up and he's 140.1 through sector one, then got to the kink at turn 6 and went straight over the grass and invalidated the lap.
Teabag 28.4. SDRS has retired as well. He also has a quali ban.
Yep.
Home coming round the final corner now. Evening offshore, mate. Apologies, just seeing your comment.
Puts himself into 6th. So that's not a bad run from Hound.
Harvey's just commented saying sorry to anyone I messed laps up. Was trying to avoid cars coming down the main straight. You've not cocked anyone up, mate. I think it was a car coming out of the pit lane behind you has closed in on you, and that's unfortunately caused your disqualification. It's a known issue with the game, but you did the right thing, mate. You've nothing to apologise for.
Airways 28.1, so exactly 2 times quicker than Nerf.
Also 28.3 as well.
It'd be interesting to see. Like we know that Teabag loves this place, but Teabag has also recently moved to wheel and pedals. So,
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether he's racing on them yet or not. I know he's been. He messaged me the other night for setup advice and stuff. So I don't know whether he is actually racing on the wheel yet. I think he's still trying to get used to it.
As he's gone to P2. I will admit the load cell was not fun in the wet. It was horrible at turn 5 all Friday night. 33 laps of the feature on inters was not very fun. I think I missed my braking zone for turn 5 28 after 33 runs through it.
Wow.
As Venom's just jumped into P7.
I'm just trying to fire Matey and E-Hell another set of invites. Still not in the session.
They probably think that it's full quali.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
If that's the case and they both miss the sprint, then that's on them. Or if they try and join midway through the sprint and it doesn't let them. Anderson's on his outlap. He chose to come out fairly late in the session with just over or just under half of it gone. Maverick is asking who his teammate is.
Where's our teammate? Yeah, well, I've sent him multiple invites, mate. He's not here yet. There's Teabag 27.4. Yeah, he's definitely not on wheel yet.
Nope.
Dave Douglas improving by 1.1, putting himself P7. Hound up to P9.
Yeah, he's going to have to come in for another set of inters and refuel because he's out of the RS. There's no way he's going quicker again. It was sensible of him to actually load up for a couple runs and just go time and time again because those inters, they're good for about 5 flying laps. He's a second down on the exit of sector 2. Well, sector 1, sorry. Curly is coming up to the end of sector 2. Was that 10, 11? Yeah. 5 seconds down on his time, so it's not a great lap.
We've got Anderson on a lap now as well. He's not yet set a time. Oof. started sneezing then.
Yeah. Turn 5 is that corner where you've got to get off the brakes right at the perfect moment to roll the car around it, and in the wet you just can't. You kind of just stamp on the brakes, hope that it stops to get it turned. So another wet race here, at least one.
Ehel's messaged me asking if he's in the session. I've just seen he's just joined.
Yeah, he's going to have enough time to jump in and do a couple of laps.
Hopefully his internet holds up. Lutman's up to P2 as well, 28 flat. Great time there from Lutman.
Yeah. Airways is just gone again. He's just on his outlap. Nerf is also on his outlap. Anderson, 28 flat as his first run.
Yeah, P3 for Anderson, not bad at all.
The thing is, I was watching the entire lap and it didn't look like it was setting the world alight.
No, but he did what he needed to do.
Very steady lap. The thing with the weight, it doesn't need to be quick. It just needs to be consistent the entire way round. As Nerf is nursing it round turn 8.
Yeah, just on with Hound. He's almost 6/10 under sector 2. Ehale is in the session now. He's in control of his car.
Yeah, I've just seen him pop up as being 17th at the moment. This looks like it could be a decent lap from Hound. I'm going with about 8/10 under his current time.
Yeah, I think he's going to be.
I know.
4/10. Oh, he might have lost a bit of time. Yeah. 28.4.
Still not bad. He's still inside that top 10.
Yeah, still a competitive time.
As soon as he's
on a lap now, 9/10 under at sector 2.
Jesus.
That'll put him around where Hound is, between Hound and Full Send Dave, I think.
It's just getting the power down there and the run out to the to the final corner.
He looked like he took a nice wide line there, though. P10, 28.5.
That's a cracking lap from Pintside.
It's a great lap. Great lap. Tricky conditions as well. For someone who's, you know, he's not been the most confident. He's been at the back of the grid a lot, and conditions like this, I'd say we've not seen in Tier 3 for quite a long time.
Yeah, and it's meant in absolutely no disrespect, but sometimes the drivers that you don't expect to be wet weather specialists tend to be.
I think that's because there's a lack of expectation, if I'm honest. I've always found when, like, driving myself, that the races where I expect to do nothing are the races I do better. So, Japan last week, for example, I absolutely detest that track. And it's the first track I've scored points.
Yeah. And then the one track, Portugal, where you normally would expect to do fairly well.
Yeah. I had a nightmare. Part of that out of my control, but you know.
Yeah, I was just about to say part of it was out of control.
It is what it is. You know, that's how racing goes. Just on with Ehale now as he's about to start his hot lap. Obviously, joined the session late, so no time on the board yet.
And if he's on manual gears, he's also going to have that weird glitch on his revs, which they only build from like halfway up. So if you actually watch his telemetry, it starts from a couple bars.
Yeah, the first 4 dots don't light up, do they?
No.
And he's invalidated.
So if you need to short shift on the first couple of bars, you don't get it. You just kind of have to guess.
I've never seen that before. The Stingray says, let's go Osso. Osso's going to need a reality check after the podium last time round. P20 should do. Unfortunately, Osso's podium last time round actually turned into P11 as he had penalties.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. You know, we voted him our driver of the day. And, yeah, he... bit too aggressive, it seems.
Or just a bit too aggressive to the wrong driver. However you look at it, some drivers will go wheel to wheel with you and they will fight for every inch, and if you have a banging of wheels, they will take it as exactly that. Others will take it as you're forcing them off the track.
He held straight back into the pits. Venom's 4 tenths under at sector 2. Just coming right final corner now.
I'm on board with Lockman, who's not using his ERS, so he's gone for an outlet.
Venom improves by 3 tenths, so he's up to P13, 28.7.
Anderson's improved through sector 1. Not by much, but enough that if he maintains it, he's
as well.
Yeah, T-Bag's just...
I'm not going to lie, T-Bag is the wet weather specialist here for me.
Yeah, just in general, he's in tier 3. As soon as the rain comes, you look at T-Bag. Like, what was it? 3-4 seasons ago?
Yeah.
Tier 3 had 3 or 4 wet races on the bounce and he didn't finish off the podium.
Yeah.
In all of them.
Oh,
Kylie's gone. Oh no, that's a retirement in the pits.
In the pits, yeah.
Yeah, it's because he's not got enough time to get out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, that wasn't yeah, it was. I was just reading the time wrong at first. T-Bag 27.2.
27.2, wow. See what Marshall manages now. Marshall's
Anderson was very close to the edge. Lockman is up on his time. As he comes round.
Marshall's abandoned his lap. Marshall's done. Osso's not improving.
Lockman's half a second up, by the way.
We'll stick on with Lockman.
Takes a nice line through the penultimate corner.
He hails on an out lap. He's not going to get around again. He's not going to make it to the line before it ends. So, Ehel will be starting 17th. Lockman P2 27.2. What a lap from Lockman.
And he's put himself above it. Oh, Full Send Dave. It's just coming with a 27.8.
P4 for Full Send Dave. Marshall's not improving. Osso's just invalidated on the final corner. He did a 28.
And he would have only gone 5 thousandths of a second quicker anyway.
Yeah. Anderson's not improving. Hound is. Almost a 10th under at sector 1.
So's Nerf. Nerf's at 5.
Nerf's crossed the line, mate. Nerf's took checkered flag.
Alright. Didn't pop up. He said that he was still...
So you've got Hound, Rusty. Rusty's invalidated. Venom's just coming around the final corner now. Hound, let's see what his sector 2 split is. 4 tenths under.
Better.
Venom's invalidated last corner, so the only person who can improve now is Hound.
Hound is looking at putting himself in and around that Full Send Dave Airways ballpark.
See what he manages now round the final corner. I think the lack of ERS he's got might actually help him.
Yeah, it won't push him wide. Let's see what he's got.
27.6 from Hound. P4, what a lap time.
I don't say this very often, but well done, Steve.
Great job. Great job from Steve, though. It's one of them, it's always a bit of a toss-up whether you go for the ERS or turn it off in the wet conditions, because the extra power can screw you in the slower corners.
Absolutely, especially coming out of him.
But yeah,
With the way he just wants to
Teabag
kick.
on pole, Luckman P2, Airways and Hound row 2, old teammates. Full send Dave, Marshall P6, I think he'll be a bit disappointed with that. But we'll go down to the bottom. Harvey, unfortunately, getting disqualified. Chip will be P18 with a quali ban. SDR S with a quali ban as well. E-Hail just not getting the timing. And Pint Size, after what we thought was a great lap, he's only managed P14.
That's just because it ramped up at the end and everybody that came in behind went quicker. Unfortunate for him, but it's tailor to tape when it comes to quality, isn't it? That looks
My
like
God,
it's not
beer went down
wet
wrong
whatsoever.
goal. Oh God, it doesn't look wet at all, but it looks cloudy. Back in a second.
Okay, let's take a look and see who's on what tyre.
What?
We've only got Full Send Dave, Nerf, and Dave Douglas on mediums. Everybody else, softs.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting one.
I personally chose the mediums Friday night, and the game decided it wanted to give me a set of softs instead. E-How disqualified from the session, standard. Next.
Yeah.
And I crossed the line on about 42% wear at worst after the entire sprint.
Well, I started on mediums and then got forced into the pit lane and changed for another set of mediums, which meant I had none for the feature. So
the reason they've all started on softs is because the rain's coming in 5 minutes apparently.
Oh, 5 minutes
So
till rain. Right, makes sense. Starting on the softs, faster tyre.
And it keeps a fresh set of mediums available for the feature. So they've got 2 sets available if needed. But Dave, Nerf, and...
I don't think you do get 2 sets. I think you only get 1.
Yeah. The 3 Daves of the tier may have actually pulled off a masterstroke here, because what about if the rain comes?
If the rain's delayed.
How far ahead is Teabag compared to everybody else on this formation lap?
Yeah, he's not messed about. He's got round, done what he needs to do, warmed his tyres to where he's comfortable and just got on that grid. I think once you stop your car there, they don't cool down. It's whatever you've got them set at. So he's not bothered about what everyone else is doing. He's just going and doing his own thing.
This is it. If you actually take the formation lap as a pace lap, don't push, just keep them at pace. They warm up. It's the people that drive at like 14 miles an hour, weaving from side to side. Just don't. It's annoying. Right, I'll let you take it away.
Well, there we go. Grid all form now. 4, 5 lights. Oh, and away we go. Looks like there's a couple of jump starts there. Curly, pint size.
Pint size. Yeah, that's gonna...
disaster for them.
how's everybody getting through turn 1? Because it's only a short run, isn't it? And that's a lot of end plates.
T-Bag gets away cleanly, as does Luckman, Airways, Hound and Dave. Your front 5 looking cleanly away at the front. Hound's having a look at Airways up the inside of turn 5. Doesn't get it done.
Nudge.
Yeah, Full Send Dave has a nudge at him there. Doesn't have any visible damage. E-Hell right at the back of the pack.
Does he even bother to move off the grid? Yeah.
I mean, he's not ghosted or anything, so it's not like he's not in the session.
Yeah.
Rusty and Dave Douglas fighting, and Curly's lost it, as has Dave Douglas.
Ooh.
That turned 10, 11. Craig Jones corner.
11. 10 is the double right-handed down the hill.
Yeah. I think that's where they lost it, at the top of that hill. Yeah. They were on the grass on the right-hand side of it.
Chip, get it slowed. You know where I said there was a lot of end plates?
Yeah, but Chip has a quali ban, SDRS has a quali ban, so they need to DNF it. Yeah, there you go. SDRS and Chip both retiring in the pits. Well done, lads. Curly, Dave Douglas pitting. E-Hale just cruising.
Pint Size is just put a nice move on Harvey and Venom.
But he does have a drive-through penalty, which is going to screw him.
Which is what Dave Douglas is getting rid of now. Because he got one too, I think.
No, Dave pitted though. I think it was Curly.
No, it was Curly.
Yeah, Curly who's done the drive-through.
Yeah.
It's just a shame because Curly's had a spin as well, so if he's got no damage from that spin, he's got away lucky there, to be honest. Luckman's doing a good job here of keeping up with T-Bag.
Yeah. Why is it telling me Hound is a minute and 22 seconds down?
Yeah.
I mean, they're preempting the feature, but...
No, it's a bit screwed at the moment.
Yeah, it's sorted itself out now. Now 3 seconds down. But yeah, hit Hound up in 4th. Doing himself actually some justice, but low on ERS already. You don't want to be at 43% on the 3rd lap.
Yeah, but T-Bag's down at 48%. Luckman's looking a lot better here at 70%. Luckman's almost got double T-Bag's ERS and looks comfortable. Unless they are expecting that rain to come early.
The Full Send Dave is on 40. And he's got... Oh, that's a nice picture to see behind him. Just his rear view camera, and it's just full of papaya.
Yeah, but it's also in it, so he'll pick a 3-second penalty up soon.
Yeah, but behind him is also Anderson.
And Marshall as well. Marshall's lost a couple of places off the start here. Marshall's your current championship leader.
Is he? Did Lockman not inherit the win after penalties?
You're making me doubt myself, and I don't like doing that.
I was just going to look myself.
No, Marshall's top, 82 points. Luckman's second on 76. Ooh, Zosso's made it past Full Send Dave. Also up to P5. Pint Size in the pits.
Anderson, you can't be doing that.
If you see out, mate, it's for the stewards to deal with. Oh, looks like he's gone for a late move on Dave there. Bit of wheel banging.
Dave bumped the back of Osso, which made him slow. Oh, rain side. Rain's here.
Is it? It is. Here we go. Now we'll see who's set up for this.
And E-Hale, yeah, standard.
You leave him alone. Come on, E-Hale.
I had E-Hale for a season last season. he's somebody else's teammate this season, so.
Yeah, tell me about it. I've got to deal with it. Rusty is up past Nerf. See, I wonder now, you know, the rain's coming, whether them track conditions are benefiting the softer tyres. We've got Rossi all over the back of Marshall. Was looking at a move, but backs out. Nerf and Rusty are in.
That's too early.
Nerf straight onto the inters.
Rusty too.
Rusty as well, yeah. Do you think it's early? I'm just looking, DRS is still activated at the moment.
I think Lockman is going to use the final lap of DRS, potentially, on this run into turn 1 to get this move done. Because he's closing.
Harvey's pitted as well. Curly, pint size, but all pitted for inters.
It is slippy. Oh,
the rain's getting heavier. You can see the rain getting heavier.
Yeah.
Airways is gaining back on this battle at the front as well.
Right, Harry is now under 7 temps. Full deployment. 2.5 seconds slower that lap than his personal best on lap 6. So.
Well, that's it. DRS still activated. Pint size, 3 seconds. Harvey 3 seconds as well.
We have a yellow flag.
Oh, Airways. He was looking comfortable on the back of that leading 2. He drives through the advertising board and drags it all over the track.
It was on that Mobile 1 or something, wasn't it?
I'm just looking at how spread the field is. Do you not think the guys on the slicks can make it to the end, keeping the positions? Rusty, your first man on inters, he's almost, well, he is 18 seconds behind the guy ahead.
Yeah, and it's what, a 23-second stop?
Oh, it's coming down quick actually. 16.7, 16.8. So he's pulled in 1.2 in that sector on E-Hail.
Yeah, but it's E-Hail.
You stop saying that.
No, as in he's not particularly pushing. He's just.
Yeah, he's not had a chance to practice, so I hope he's not running my setup because my setup is very low wings. Hound's pitted. Hound out of P3.
I hope this doesn't screw his weekend.
Venom's pitted as well, so they're thinking it's wet. Lutman's now lost time to Teabag. He's now out of that DRS. I've not seen a message saying DRS has been deactivated.
No, neither have I. But
yeah, also still had it activated there on the run into turn 5 behind Dave.
Yeah, there is a lot of spray getting flung up behind these cars now.
It's getting wetter. You can see the track is getting a lot wetter now.
Yeah.
On with Teabag. Oh, let's see what Teabag does. I'll stick on with Teabag for this, but the track looks wet. You can see puddles forming.
If I was either one of the lead trio, I would be looking at injuries.
I've got to say I agree with what Dan's just said. Hound always makes the right call in these situations.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely.
And Teabag stared out. Lutman stared out.
I'm trying to say that. I'm trying to find the words to say this without critiquing the rest of Steve's driving ability.
Dave stared out. Osso's in. Marshall's in.
Osso, no.
Airways is in. He's slowed very early. E-Hail stares out. Here we go.
Also, it's like buying Leverkusen up until this season. Could just about get there, but never quite complete the task at hand. DRS disabled.
DRS disabled, so it's getting wetter. It's getting wetter.
Yep, and the Hound is back up into 7th,
He's 31 seconds off the lead.
but that is dropping significantly.
Yeah, he's pulled half a second in already.
Yeah. So he could be next P1 by the end of this lap.
He's pulled in 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. This is insane. I understand why the lads at the front haven't pitted. You know, you're looking at it going, there's only 3 laps left. You know, I can fight it, I can make do, but Hound's made up 2.5 seconds already.
And a lap. Well,
in it. Well, yeah. What is it now? 28. He's made up over 2 seconds in 2 sectors. Sorry, 3 seconds in 2 sectors. Leaders are in.
All of them are in.
Let's see what Hound does now. Let's see where they come out.
I was going to say Lockman's hasn't changed yet, but that's because he's further down the pit lane.
Ehel stayed out. Ehel stayed out.
Ross is out. Ross is out still. Ross hasn't pitted.
Oh, it's Ross. Sorry, Ross and oh fuck me, both my teammates. And Hound's come out
3rd.
half a second behind Teabag.
He had to bail out to move around turn 1.
Hound has jumped Luckman on that early pit stop. But now they've got 9 seconds to Ross. Can Ross hold out for 2 laps, do you reckon?
No. Straight answer, no. Because I don't think Ross has enough ability in the wet to keep a set of slicks on the road at a decent enough pace. As shown by the fact that they've gone round 3 corners and caught him by 3.2 seconds.
I don't think that's down to him. I think that's down to the tyres completely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wrong for the track. But he's only got 2 laps left.
Yeah, but he's down to 4 seconds now.
I understand his logic of staying out. Like, you know, it's got to a point where it's too late to pit now.
He'll be in the pits now. Like, surely. Nope.
It's too late. It's too late to pit.
Yeah.
He'll lose more now by pitting than he will by staying out.
He's lost 16 seconds on that lap to his previous best.
And Teabag's already passed him. Teabag's taking the lead. Oh, Ross is sideways right in front of Hound.
Which has got Harry right on his gearbox.
Yeah, but Harry can't get past there. He's been boxed in.
Oh.
And he's picked up 3 seconds for that. I'm not sure if he just forced Ross wide there as well on the exit of that corner, or whether Ross just went deep himself. I don't know.
It looked like Ross just gave the place up.
Yeah, just with how wide he was on the exit, it
looked like he knew he wasn't getting the power down, so he just gave it up.
But now Luckman's all over the back of Hound. Luckman has a 3-second penalty. Also has a 3-second penalty. Marshall's in a position to inherit a podium here, which is not what anyone wanted to see. You know, your championship leader, who you know probably struggled a bit in qualifying, starting what we're at P6, P7.
Yeah, this is why I don't like the sprints. I don't like the fact that points are awarded for basically qualifying. That's my personal opinion. That's what this race is. It's qualifying. And Hound out-dragging Lockman into turn 1.
He is burning a lot more ERS.
Yeah, but it's also the last lap.
This is what I was just about to say, is I'm at that point now where, for me, if I'm sat in P2, the guy behind me's got a 3-second penalty, I wouldn't even be using ERS. I'd just be trying to keep it on the track, keep it clean, and take inherit that position. I don't care how I get it, whether it's penalty or not, but it looks like Marshall's trying to make a move on Osso there as well.
I caught that in the background myself and jumped on board with it.
Yeah, I did the same.
Oh,
As Ross is dropping, that's Ross. Yeah,
and he picked up
Ross is done.
a track limit penalty with it anyway. When did Ross actually start? 11th. So after all of this, he's actually only poised to lose a position or two.
I think it's one position at the moment. I think he'll still start P12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, even by the end of this. Yeah, because he's miles ahead of Harvey. And he's really only got, what, 3 corners left?
Airways and Venom battling. Lotman and Hound battling as well on the run to the line, but Hound takes it.
Also, was a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, Raspin in the pit lane, wasn't it? Marshall. Lotman has managed to keep it by 1/10.5. Anderson and Nerf battling. Nerf taking that by 0.03 of a second. Airways taking P10 by a tenth and a bit.
Like, Hound qualifying 4th, solid performance. Sprint race up to 2nd.
Great job. Great job from him.
That's what, 7 points for him, is it?
Yep. Great job from Hound.
So, yeah.
I've got to say, Teabag Lutman, you know, staying out on them slicks when DRS was disabled. I thought they'd made the wrong call. I thought Hound had jumped both of them, but it were close.
Full send Dave, I went one lap too long on the mediums. And a Hound saying, "Oh my." Yeah, I think we can both agree with that, Steve.
Great drive, mate.
Yeah. I've actually got nothing quick-witted or smart to say about it.
You'd never say anything smart, mate.
Yeah, that's true. It's not even that quick-witted either. So, Osso's 5 seconds came because he braked before the brake marker told him to for the pit lane, and it still didn't slow down enough.
Yeah, them conditions are awful. I've done it myself. You know, you brake early, knowing that the conditions are slippy, and the car just does not slow down.
It did it to me Friday night.
I've got to say, these conditions look the same as they did for the start of the sprint.
Lining up for the lining up for the grid spot at the end of the formation lap. I was in first, stamped on the brakes to slow the car down, and the car just went, haha, no, and just sailed through the grid slot. I was like, oh, brilliant.
I'll tell you what, I won't be surprised to see a bit of rain in this feature.
No. And Steve, I'm not speechless, it's just I've got nothing but good things to say about your sprint race.
Which is why he's not saying anything.
Yeah. It's like the McLarens had a decent outing. Williams, I'm just sick of seeing them at the top of each driver's standings. Like they're leading each tier. So Williams can just vacate.
They didn't when I ran it.
I don't think I've been in a Williams since we started the league.
I'm normally in a Ferrari, to be honest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, got lumbered with a Red Bull this year.
I've been in the Red Bull a lot.
Yeah, I don't like it.
My most common car, though, is the McLaren. I think I've been in it like 4 seasons.
I want the McLaren, I just keep getting the Ferrari. I think I've been in the Ferrari for 4 or 5 seasons.
So, Teabag, Hound, Lockman, all on mediums. Marshall on a set of softs. Full Send Dave starting on the mediums again. Osso and Nerf on softs. Anderson hards. Rusty, Airways, and Venom mediums. Ross, Harvey on the softs. E. Helen, Curly on the mediums. Dave Douglas, softs. Pint Size and SDRS mediums. And Chip on a set of softs. So, Matey boy never joined.
Nope.
Cool. I was just putting that one out there, so it was confirmed by somebody other than me, because we both know I am blind as anything.
Well, I mean, I'd hope that you could read that on the left of the screen where it only goes down to 19.
Honestly, it depends on how tired I am.
Jesus. Dan, when are you back on comms? Get rid of this clown.
Yeah. Next week.
Dan asking for the feature weather. According to the earlier messages, the feature's dry. But these conditions are looking the same as the sprint started.
But then we actually... Oh, Steve. You couldn't just have a flawless weekend, could you? Got himself disqualified from the formation lap. Like, if you want to see on how far it sets you back, just jump on board with Harry. That's on how far being disqualified sets you back.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a lot, but it puts you that little bit closer to the car, to the car behind, doesn't it?
He said he hit the wrong pedal. But 5 lights, and away we go. No jump starts this time, so better job than the sprint.
I'm just watching these two so they don't get too feisty together.
Oh, that's an Alpine off track. Who's that? Is that Harvey? Nerf? Nerf.
And Anderson.
Anderson on the hard tyres as well, so that will absolutely screw him. Now he'll just be hoping he's got no damage so he can go long.
E-Hail again has been caught up in something.
SDRS up from P18 to P10. Sorry, from P18 to P8. He's up 10 places.
That's what just avoiding chaos into turn 1 here does.
I mean, causing that chaos could also do that, so...
Oh yeah, absolutely. We don't know if he was the cause of it or if he just avoided it.
Lutman's all over the back of Hound. Hound's losing touch with Teabag, so Lutman will want to get past him as quick as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Hound's not really burnt a lot of ERS, but Lutman will be looking to get him on this straight.
Round the outside of the final corner.
Yeah, Hound looked like he sort of went defensive there, which, yeah, I wouldn't have done. Marshall's got him as well now. Osso's having a look.
Championship protagonist, wheel to wheel through turn 1. It's like Hound gets clear of one person that he's like, oh, I don't want to race them. And then he looks behind him. And then there's Osso. And behind Osso is Dave. Oh, also, where in living God did Ross come from?
Up 6 places from P12, so great start from Ross.
Yeah, I've just been jumping down the grid and Ross was just making a move on Full Send Dave. So he's managed to get those soft switched on and working.
Well, that's it. We'll have a look at the tyres now. So Marshall, also Ross on the softs. They will need to make them work quickly because it's not the ideal tyre for this track.
No, it will do about 11 to 12 laps.
And they'll be dead at the end of that.
Mm-hmm. I did 11 laps on them, but that was on sprint fuel, not full race fuel. So I did an extra 20 laps worth of fuel. But Ross has also burnt a lot of ERS. Oh, Dave Douglas is out. That's the exit of 1.
And Rusty's got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with him.
what that could be is he's dropped it mid-corner and Rusty's had nowhere to go. I'm just thinking of possibilities. Because that's the sort of DNF we see at turn 1, isn't it?
Yeah. It looked more like the exit of turn 2, to be honest. So whether he's gone for a move up the inside of 2, pushed him wide, I don't know. Well, obviously that's one for the stewards. Didn't catch it. But it is a VSC.
As Ross is getting a little bit too close to also for comfort.
Forza Red Bull, come on. Don't sound right, that does it?
No.
Ooh,
oh, no.
pint size drive through. Just as it was about to go green as well. That's unfortunate for pint size.
Jesus, what wings is Hound running if on a set of mediums he's still out dragging a car deploying 40 RS on the softer compound tyres. And it's also, so it's 100% under fuel too.
Hound's trying to make a move on Marshall.
Yeah. Can somebody tell me what has happened to Hound this weekend? Who put 50%, who put 50p in his racing ability and actually activated it?
I mean, fair play to him. You know.
I'm not taking that as a cheap shot towards him or anything.
No, I'm just saying he might have put some fucking practice in and.
Yeah, I'm just adding that it's not a cheap shot before he gets upset and cries later.
Oh, he'll probably do that anyway when he bins it in 5 laps, but.
Yeah.
I'm only joking, Hound. I know you can hear us, mate. Keep going, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, he is. So, I really want to know what the story behind Rusty Rusticles is.
Rusty Testicles?
That, to me, sounds like he's ginger. Rusty, if you're watching...
Oh, Ross has made it past the ERS. Fucking hell. SDRS. Ross has made it past the SDS drill. But he's coming back at him.
Series.
He's coming back at him.
And Ross has got him.
SDRS has now ended up the inside of Osso. And we've got a full safety car. What's just happened there? I think Ross might have got an illegal overtake on SDRS, so he's giving that position back.
Yeah.
Also, 5-second penalty for. I'm guessing that's an illegal overtake. Yeah. I'll probably say crack on and report that afterwards. I'm just trying to look. Sure Airways is missing his front wing, so I can only imagine that's what the safety car's for.
An entire full safety car for a front wing.
I mean, yeah. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, we've got like 5 minutes of this. As it would have been interesting to see if there we are. As I was just about to say, see if any of the soft runners up to pit. Marshall, Ross, and Harvey have all opted to pit. And so has Venom. Actually, a few people have opted. Now that safety car is out, it's a free pit stop. So everyone down from Ross has already made a stop. Sorry, from Marshall down has made a stop. So, and what tyres did they put on? Marshall went for the mediums, Ross went for the hards, Harvey for the mediums, EHL hards, Rossi for the hards, Nerf for the hards, and Airways for a set of softs. So Airways is aiming to get into possibly medium territory with the next, with the actual like setup, the actual one-stop pit window, and see where he can go from there, because with them all bunched up, the strategy becomes a lot different. Um, Safety cars are just boring, so let's Google some facts about the Portugal track, shall we? Oh, Bottas still holds the record for the fastest lap ever around here from 2020 when he did a 1:16.466 in Q2 during the COVID hit season. And it was originally built with F1 in mind, concluding in 2009. They used it for testing but never went back.
We've got the safety car in this lap message.
Yeah.
Sorry. Twine my wrist on door.
I was just finding random facts out about Portugal while we were under the safety car.
It's a beautiful track.
Yeah, it was built with F1 intended. It was supposed to replace Catalonia back in 2009, but they never got round to it.
It turned into a bike track instead.
Yeah.
Superbikes obviously race here. MotoGP started racing here a few years ago, and we are back underway. T-Bag looks like he's got a decent jump. SDRS all over the back of home.
So everybody from Harvey down is pitted, by the way. As I say, that pint size is in the pits.
Also, serve that 5-second penalty. Also, I see your comment, mate. Obviously, you've said it's ruined everything, but you've potentially got a 5-second penalty there to come off. Obviously, I don't know what it was for. I'm assuming it was an illegal overtake, so just keep your head down, mate. Focus on the race.
Yeah.
It's not over yet.
Especially if there's another late safety car and it pulls everybody back together. You've served it before the final quarter of the race.
Yep.
So if it's unfair, it will come off.
Yep.
So at that point, you jump back through the grid.
Lutman's dropped from the back of T-Bag now. Is T-Bag pushing? He is. He's down to less than 50% ERS.
T-Bag is... If there's... Do you know if you could look at...
Tell you what, SDRS though, 90% ERS. He's looking good.
Yeah, if there was one driver you could pick up a specific track per season to wildcard.
Oh yeah.
For your team, T-Bag and Portimao. I'd pick any season that we had Portimao on the calendar.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's good at this track. Always has been.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those that he just enjoys the flow of it. I personally don't think it has a flow.
but I'm pretty sure I remember you doing well here when you used my strategy.
I did get a P2 here, P2 here at one point. Yes, I won it on track, but lost it on the basis that I had a 3-second penalty, or a penalty I was carrying out from the previous race, something like that.
Chip staying out on them 8-lap-old softs. Not sure that's the right call, if I'm honest. You know, he'll be hoping for another safety car, but
1 second, my mum's just ringing me. I'll be back.
No problem. Nerf and Anderson swapping positions.
Hello. Come on. Yeah,
we mute your mic, Kieran.
Yeah.
Anderson picking up 3 seconds as well there behind Nerf.
Okay.
Mute your mic.
Right, I'll let Brian know. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright. Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ. Got Ross on 4-lap-old hard, so Ross at the moment is in net P1.
Thank you. I'm not trying to get you off the phone or anything, but I'm doing commentary for my sim racing league at the moment. So. Okay, alright, I'll speak to you later. I'll leave the bike.
Next time, mute your mic, mate.
Oh, I thought I did.
No, you didn't.
Well, sorry. Anyway, everybody now knows I love my mum.
Yeah, I was. At least you love someone.
Yeah.
Oh, Airways is out. That's a full safety car.
So this will now help also.
Yeah, it'll help also close back up. But I'm looking, it'll help Chip massively. Ross, I was just saying that Ross has pitted. Obviously, he's net P1, but then he picked up that 3 seconds and he's in the pits. He's pitted again.
What tyres did he go for?
He had the hards on. He was 4-lap-old hards. He's popped softs on. He's got a wing change.
So that is him going softs for 10 or like 5-10 laps, then leading to the end.
So, well, your current race leader is Ehale. You know, he's already pitted. He's got the hards on. I don't think he'll get to the end, but I don't think the lads behind him will either. Marshall on the mediums, Harvey on the mediums. I don't think they'll get to the end at all.
Hound has opted to pit onto a set of hards, so he did take the safety car.
Yeah, Hound's looking good. I'd say Teabag, Luckman, Hound, I'd say still probably your net P1, 2, 3.
Also, I've managed to make it up to 4th, by the way, with everybody pitting. Yeah. 4th, big difference.
But it's not, it's a position difference, mate.
Yeah, I just glanced up, I was like, okay. I really need to start reading things properly before I speak.
Yeah, put your glasses on, lad. Pint size still on a set of 4-lap-old softs. Obviously a couple of laps under safety car, but I don't, obviously I ended up running the softs on Friday myself because I lost my sets of mediums in the sprint, and I really don't think the softs are the right tyre here.
No, they don't feel good after a handful.
I'd say 5-6 laps, and then they started going.
Yeah. That's exactly why I said a handful.
Alright.
Yeah, if you're going to be Mr. Little Pedantic, then I'll be Pedantic.
Mrs. Pedantic, alright. Pint Size has pitted.
No, Mrs. Pedantic sat in the living room.
That sounds like she's on comms with me. He's popped a fresh set of hards on. So Pint Size can make it to the end though. That's not a bad shout. Like I said, this first 6, whether or not they can make it to the end, I'm not too sure. E-Hail almost overtaking the safety car though. We all know that's a bad idea. You can ask Dan for that.
Dan season 3 at Spain. I like how everybody that has been here since then still remembers that.
Absolutely. I remember coming round the corner and just seeing Dan's car parked there. CT Rocks, evening gents, evening mate, thanks for joining us.
What about Colby's infamous Bahrain safety car restart where he cost like 6 people the race?
Well, you say it cost 6 people the race, he helped me get 6 positions, so I quite enjoyed that. I don't know how, but I managed to dodge bits of cars flying everywhere.
One of them was me.
Yeah, I know, but I made it through, I was happy.
Yeah, and I think that was the first time we ever disqualified someone from a race. And we let him become an admin. See, anything's possible, guys.
I mean, head steward's the worst. I'm only joking, he's done a phenomenal job. Done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, everybody that does their jobs can't complain with. The only one that doesn't really do anything
is me. Yeah, it's got to be me, lad. E-Hail got us away there. He's took them very close to the line. Looks to have avoided any issues.
Yeah, but it's what's behind him as they all bunched up behind.
T-Bag made a move on Rusty, but Rusty's got it back. SDRS is up past Full Send Dave. Ooh, Anderson off track slightly there. T-Bag's now up past Rusty. Anderson, Curly, Ross, all side by side and battling. Ooh! Ross having a bit of a moment there out of turn 5. He's going up the inside of Anderson into 8. Gets a bit of a snap, Anderson takes it back.
Inside of 8, like up the inside of 7 and 8 is not the place you want to be. I've tried it.
No, but it looked clean, it looked good. And he's now going round the outside of the Craig Jones corner. That's a bold move.
Is that the actual name of that corner?
The Craig Jones corner, yeah. The downhill left-hander, the fast one. Craig Jones, brilliant motorcycle race, unfortunately lost his life. But yeah, they named that corner after him. Fast and loose is what they say. The left-hander's fast and loose, and that was Craig Jones all over.
So it's like the Nicky Hayden corner and the Casey Stoner corner at their respective home tracks.
Well, that's the thing is, Craig Jones was Australian.
Yeah, I'm saying he's been given a corner name at a track. It doesn't happen very often. Like Lewis Hamilton is the only current driver with a bit of a track named after him.
Yeah, it probably happens more in motorcycle racing, to be fair. But this battle with Ross, Anderson, Chip here is very close.
Ross, when he's on form, is a great driver.
I was happy to get him as a teammate, to be honest with you. I was happy.
Just sometimes his inconsistency. Like 1 week he'll be brilliant. I'm not saying this to put him down. And then, because every teammate I've had over the last 10 seasons has thought the same thing about me. Including Ross. Multiple times. And then the next race, it just seems to have lost all form, even though he had a decent result the week before.
Yeah. Just looking at that battle at the front now, you've got Marshall just dipping in that ERS range of E-Hail. Nerf's in DRS, Harvey's in DRS, Teabag now. Teabag and Lutman are past Osso. Lutman's a lot closer to Teabag now, and Teabag is burning ERS for fun. He's down to 15%.
Yeah, Teabag knows that if he can get back within DRS of the lead quartet, he can sit in it for a couple of laps, defend with it.
Anderson's dropping.
Pump Q is a little bit late to the party. No penalty for Russell equals cheater.
Osso did already serve a 5-second penalty, so he's not cheating, mate. It's the same old Osso.
Actually, I'm going to see on how many warnings he's on.
Just on with Harvey now as Teabag's all over the back of him. Is Teabag going to go for this move now on the run into turn 1? He's got DRS.
He's only got one warning, and that was on lap 10. As Teabag just set the fastest lap of the race of 1:20.4.
Harvey took Nerf, and Nerf has lost the position to Teabag as well, so Nerf losing 2 positions there. I thought Teabag would be going for a move on Harvey, but it looks like Nerf's made a mistake, and Teabag's got them both. Lutman's past Nerf as well. Teabag's now up past Harvey into turn 5.
Yep.
Lutman's doing what he can to stick with Teabag, and I've got to say he's in a miles better position ERS-wise.
It's what he's more focused on. He's looking at the cars ahead, but he's also looking up the road. That little blue dot you can see just going over the crest of the hill.
I think Nerf's forgot to turn his ERS off.
He's off now.
He's not on mine. He's still got overtake on. He's down to 5%.
Oh, that's Harvey and Lockman.
Rushed it off the track.
But this weekend in particular, there's actually been very few track limit penalties given out around here. So
Harvey back past Lutman though, which I didn't expect to see. I thought the mediums would start feeling it at this point now. You know, we're halfway through the race. Harvey's done 11 laps on them.
Yeah, they're still in the window of being good, but nah, they're in a straight line, grip out the corner. There's no battle in it. But Harvey and Nerf on the same length, like same tyre age, just alternate strat. So
this race is not over yet. It's definitely going to be an interesting one.
Yeah,
anything can happen so far.
Just over half distance, we've had 2 safety cars, a VSC, and only lost 2 drivers. Anything can happen. As Osso's getting on to the back of the Alpines. Can he get the slingshot? Has he got both? He's got both. Jesus, that was a rocket. Clean move done as Nerf has got past Harvey, and so did SDRS.
SDRS as well, yeah. He capitalised there on the back of Nerf. I think Harvey might have gone slightly wide. Full said Dave making it past Ross, but Ross fighting back on that run to turn 5. Chip as well is trying to go around the outside. But he's picked up 3 seconds there. Out of the turn 4, wide and exit. Oh! Chip and Fulton Dave, I think, made a little bit of contact there. They both had a wobble.
As I've just looked back, and there was a bang of wheels between Curley and Anderson. There's cars everywhere. Everywhere you look. But it's all very aggressive, but so far, not over the limit drive.
T-Bag's taking the lead. On track, he's past E-Hale.
The last I looked, that was a 1.6 second gap.
Yeah, that's why I was further down the order, but he's closed in.
E-Hale's got DRS. But
Marshall's going to have Lutman all over the back of him here. I think Lutman might be looking at making a move.
E-Hale's gone for it up the inside of turn 1. Made it stick.
I thought Lutman were doing the same with Marshall, but he's not. He's just tucked in behind. Probably sensible, to be honest. Get him on this run for turn 4. He should be able to pull an advantage because he's got much fresher tyres.
Yep.
Oh, this battle at the front. Bloody hell. 2x2.
Yep. Little bit of wheel banging from E-Hale and T-Bag. Oh!
Lutman's got T-Bag!
Got T-Bag.
Round the outside of turn... Well, the inside of turn 6, the outside at turn 7. What a move by Lutman. He's capitalised on the mistake there.
The wheel bang slowed T-Bag down.
Yeah. It's not over yet. It is not over yet. This is going to be an absolutely brilliant finish to the race.
Marshall might want to think about swapping those mediums. Oh, has T-Bag picked up wing damage at some point?
E-Hale's just dropped. Lutman's past E-Hale now as well.
Yeah. But now he's... Did he get past before the... Yeah, he got past before the detection line, didn't he? So here we go.
E-Hale's got no ERS. T-Bag's past him. T-Bag's got a flashing light as well. He's no ERS. Marshall's pushing. Marshall's past E-Hale, but couldn't get the move done on T-Bag. Oh, this is not over yet. This is not over yet. Any of this top 5 could win this. I'm not going to lie. Osso could even win this.
I'm genuinely...
I tell you what, Hound, 9-lap old hards, even Hound could win it. E-Hale and Marshall side by side and battling.
Yeah, this is it.
SDRS now past E-Hale. Oh, I saw a bit of a car fly up. Who's that? SDRS. SDRS is dropping.
Yep, he's around.
So's E-Hale.
E-Hale's managed to hold it back down in 9th.
So we've had contact between E-Hale and SDRS. Both of them have dropped. E-Hale's missing an end plate. SDRS doesn't appear to have any visible damage.
But no, on the back of Nerf.
That's made it a freeway battle at the front, but Marshall's on the older tyres, the medium tyres.
Oh, what a move by Hound. Up the inside of the penultimate corner. We got out-dragged round the outside, but he's going to be sat in a dual slipstream. He's not deploying. That's smart. He's not deploying because he didn't want to get sucked into a dual slipstream.
Well, that's it. Hound's got fresher tyres than the 4 drivers ahead of him. Hound could be looking at a podium here.
Honestly, I hope he does.
I'm just interested to see how this battle happens at the front.
Pint size.
Marshall on the oldest tyres, on the softer tyres.
The thing is, this could...
But he's sticking with them.
Harvey, Nerf, and Hound, and Chip, if they... Curly 3 seconds, if they get stuck behind Osso, which he's kind of the bridge between the lead trio and the chasing pack, it seems like Osso is just running his own race at the moment. He's not bothered. T-Bag is on a penalty, by the way.
Yeah, he's got 3 seconds. I dare say as well, Osso's potentially got 5 seconds to come off.
Yeah, I think that's why he's just happy in his little...
I'm wondering how long Marshall can keep up with the lads ahead. Marshall, I think them tyres are going to be gone. I think Harvey as well is going to be in the same boat. Curly's into the pits. Only 10 laps on his medium, so I think he must have damage.
Yeah, or he's going for a set of softs to the end. I'll double check.
Ehale went for a set of softs as well, so Ehale did come in and repair that damage. Ross setting the fastest lap. 2 lap all mediums. Yeah, 2 lap all mediums. I thought Ross was higher up on older mediums, but he's not.
So if Ross is setting the lap he is on mediums, if any of the leaders that need to pit, so Marshall, Harvey, Nerf, because Nerf's on 5 lap old.
16 lap old hards.
I was going to say then everybody behind him, 5 lap older tyres than everybody behind him. Then they're not lasting it to the end. They're not doing 27 laps.
This is the big thing. There's another 11 laps to go. So I think, if I'm honest, Marshall, Osso, Harvey, Nerf, I don't think they're making it to the end.
There we go.
T-Bags took Lutman. Harvey's into the pits.
Yeah, the thing is, we're saying this about Marshall, and I just watched him cross the line. He was only half a second down on his personal best.
Yeah, but
that's impressive.
Them tyres can go quick. It is impressive, but them tyres can go quick.
Yeah, he will be in a world of pain.
I mean, we've got someone commenting saying there's no way Offshore can finish on them tyres. They'll be sliding, so I don't expect Marshall to. As we got Ross with a 3-second penalty there.
Venom picked up 1-2.
Yeah, something flashed up and then flashed off, so I didn't see that one. T-Bags down at 13% ERS. Lutman's just sticking with him. They dropped Marshall now.
Yeah. It's going to be between these two. Dave, as I said, we've not really seen that many track limit penalties this weekend.
Tier 3 slap them all out.
Yeah.
Track limit, speeding in pit lane, fucking drive-throughs for jump starts.
We had 2 in Tier 1 on Friday night.
Oh, that's unusual. Nerf's got a run on Hound now. Is he going to go for it? He's not deploying.
I think one of them was mechanical. And another one was somebody else. And they just, in fairness to both of them, they just pulled aside and let the rest of the pack race away. And this was in the sprint, so they just let everybody pass them and serve their drive-throughs. Even Dan got one for speeding under the safety car.
I'm just looking at that gap between Hound and Osso. Is Hound closing that gap down or not? He's got 4 lap fresher tyres than the man ahead.
No,
Osso's closing the gap to Marshall.
Yeah, it's going up, but it's coming.
It's up and
through
down.
The corners, it's coming down, but in a straight line, it's going up. So Hound is running higher wings. Also, congratulations to Mechanical and his wife.
Yeah. Another kid in the tribe.
Yeah. I had a baby girl this morning. It's like between him and Full Send Dave, they could now field pretty much an 11-side team. They wouldn't have any subs, but they'd have an 11-side team.
I mean, they're close to getting a bleeding F1 grid done. Can open up to your crib.
Alright, that one was actually decent for you. Harvey has set the fastest lap down in P13.
Yeah, just on board with Lutman. He's biding his time. He's saving his ERS, sticking to the back of T-Bag.
Mm-hmm.
He's not burning. He knows that T-Bag's got this penalty and he's comfortably just sitting behind him.
This is the thing. They're punch for punch, they're quite even. Like, so there's no point in him burning through his ERS and over pushing. Harvey, his 3-second penalty there.
Ooh, Harvey, 3 seconds. Yeah.
So basically, the only way T-Bag is going to escape this now is by overdoing it himself and burning his tyres out, which, if he does that, at this stage, 15 laps in on him, 8 laps to go.
And that's it. I'm looking at it as well. I think Marshall's comfortable with P3. It's just whether his tyres fall off now with another, 8 laps to go, 7 laps to go.
They won't do 27 laps, even with safety cars.
Just looking at the gap to us, so it's 3.5 seconds now.
That gap to Hound is also dropping. So also is currently 7 seconds off the leader. If he's 5 seconds comes off, it puts him into the podium places.
Yeah. That's why I was saying before, obviously he's on a bit of a downer for it. He thinks his race is done, but potentially that penalty can come off. I said potentially, obviously it's got to go to the stewards, it's whatever the stewards decide, but Chip up past Nerf, which has given Hound a break, to be honest. Nerf was all over the back of Hound, and now he's got 1.2 to the car behind.
Will remind also, Nerf.
Chip and Nerf making contact there. Nerf going back for the move up the inside at turn 1.
Also, just remember your race director for that post-race. That's all I'm going to say. It's just nice to remind anyone about it. But yeah, there's a little bit of food spread here now. Rusty is going to jump a handful of places at this point.
Yeah, just looking Dan's comment there. Some of them tyres must be screaming. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I've got to say Marshall's must be the worst. 21 laps on the mediums. Now he's dropping drastically the gap ahead, but doesn't seem to be losing time to the guys behind.
No, it's also on 20 lap old hards, so.
But I'd expect the hards to be much better than the mediums at this point.
Nerf making a nuisance of himself with Chip, which has allowed. Oh, Ross disqualified. Oh, that's unlucky. I know exactly what has happened there.
Yeah, it spun him off track. He's headed back towards the track, but facing the wrong direction.
At the penultimate corner.
That's shit. Lutman's past T-Bag. I think T-Bag might have made a mistake there, because Lutman's almost a second ahead there. He's not just made the move and pulled that gap.
See, I hope neither of these two have got anything in particular to report about each other. Because I don't want it. This has been a great battle between the pair of them.
If I'm honest, from what I've seen, I think it's been a great battle. Absolutely great battle on track.
Nerf pack, time penalty.
At times, we're almost 4 wide with these two lads. Marshall, I think it was also, and SDRS might have been involved as well at some point.
Yeah. Basically, like they were forming up for the grid, but going into corners. Absolutely crazy knowing that if you miss your braking spot doing that, you're rear-ending a car ahead and potentially taking out the car on the outside. Or causing a four-way collision.
Doing an absolute brilliant job at the moment. T-Bag now using that DRS, probably using this as an opportunity to recover some of his ERS as well.
So, Hound has 3 seconds to chip behind him, which is 6 seconds with penalties. So Hound is very comfortable in P5, but SDRS could jump up as far as P6 by the end of today. Like he's not gonna drop any further than ninth unless he gets a penalty himself.
Osso's closing in now on Marshall. I wonder if Marshall's tyres now are past that point.
And T-Bag's on 3 seconds in response to the comment. So, yeah, Marshall struggling.
Apologies, I'll pop up the penalties now.
The thing is, he's too far gone on this stint.
Osso's closing. He's pulled in half a second that lap.
Let's go, Osso. Yeah, but as I was saying about Marshall, he's too far gone. Hound, where the hell has Hound come from?
Hound is all over the back of Osso now and got DRS.
That was my exact point. Where the hell did he come from? Could we?
Osso's closed in on Marshall by a second in half a lap or 3/4 of a lap. Marshall's tyres are screaming.
Yeah, we could see Hound on the podium at this rate.
Until Osso has his penalty removed.
Yeah. Which could affect T-Bag. Not.
No, T-Bag's safe. T-Bag's safe in second, I think. And I think he knows that. I think he's happy to just sit there. It's just whether Marshall can hold on to that P3.
He's got a 3-second penalty, and Osso is only 8.1 behind him. So
Osso's 7.4 behind.
Yeah, so he has a 3-second penalty. That takes him to 4 seconds.
Oh, so Osso could take P2.
That's what I mean. The Hound could actually take a podium if they pass Marshall, even with Osso's potential penalty to come off.
Oh.
The math is mathing.
The math is retarded because it's not going to happen. That gap from Osso to Marshall has dropped drastically, but I don't see him taking him on track.
Puncture, maybe, on the final lap?
Well, I mean, he'd be close. He'd be close. Them tyres will be absolutely screaming. 25 laps so far on the mediums.
I think the life expectancy is like 20. I'm riding on board with it. I'm just trying to see if there's any. Do you know when you go out yourself and you can see the deg on your tyres? Oh, he's nursing that car around. It's like he's running it in the wet.
Yeah, I'm just looking that gap now down to 1.7. It's insane how quick that gap's coming down. Them tyres are dead. Them tyres are gone. And Hound's made it past Osso. So Hound is pushing now, 2 laps to go. Has he got enough to challenge Marshall, or has he just cost Osso a chance at challenging Marshall?
Full send Dave, time penalty. This is going to be an interesting driver of the day. Difficult, because I don't want to. Lockman is deserving.
It's not
but
too
I don't want to
difficult
look
for me.
direct. Yeah, I don't want to just look at the. No offense, I don't want to just look at the winner and go, there you go.
No, Lookman's had a phenomenal drive, absolutely brilliant drive.
But I think both of us are thinking the same one.
Yeah, Hound.
Yeah, just a solid weekend all round.
I mean, it's not over yet, so
no.
We'll give it a lap, see how it goes. T-Bag's now out of that second to Lookman as well. T-Bag, I think, just trying to keep it on track, confirm that second place. Marshall's dropped more.
He's got to be picking up about P4. Yeah. If Osso's penalty comes off, it actually looks like Osso's dropped off a little bit himself. Last lap, this is where Hound needs to get his
But
foot
Hound's
down.
now within that second of Marshall. Hound's pushing.
He can smell blood, can't he? SDRS has got past Dave.
They're swapping positions.
Yeah.
Out of turn 5, teammates. Ooh, dangerous lads.
Honestly, I want to see Hound take this.
So do I. So do I, to be honest. But half a second now. Half a second.
With
three corners. Yeah.
Oh, he's on. Lockman has just crossed the line. He's
all over the back of him. Has he got him?
No.
Oh, 900ths of a second. That's unbelievable from Hound, that, to be honest. That's unbelievably close.
SDRS did end up in 7th. By the end of that, missed out on P6 by 0.4 of a second.
Yeah, I just want to say also finishing 10 seconds off the leader, potentially 5 seconds to be removed and put in P3, but that's one for the stewards.
But Lockman doing exactly what he needed to do, trading the win with Marshall again. Marshall last week saying he was going to DNF this week.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's done an absolutely brilliant job to drag them mediums out that long. But yeah, we need to
what percentage they were on.
Need to add these lads now to the podium chat. I'll do it in a second. I need to get podium results. 1 second.
CT Lock saying Lockman's his GOAT. Stingray, not bad at all. Penalty and still P5. Well done. Steve is just a whole bunch of swear words. So that's not come through.
I think Steve's a sweaty mess at the moment.
Yeah. And Dan has just responded with wow. And Steve has just called Marshall a very lucky boy.
So who we need to invite is Lutman, Teabag and Marshall. Just fired invites to the free.
Oh, this means that we've got to listen to two people from Essex. Oh.
I mean, one's bad enough, but you know.
Yeah, Teabag Southend too. Oh. What? I think we read the exact same thing at the same time and just had two different responses to it. Evening, Marshall.
Good evening.
Right. Before we get your interview started, how bad were those tyres?
Mate, that's part of the interview. You can't do that yet.
I just wanted a percentage.
Yeah, well, shut up, Kieran. Sorry, Marshall. Just ignore
okay.
Ignore
I'll
the idiot
fire.
I'm with.
I'll hold fire.
It'll be better next week when Dan's back.
Shut up. Go wash your face and wash your head at the same time, you baldy.
Yeah, I think someone
takes me all day.
Yeah, I think someone's ready for bed.
Yeah, I miss my bed. It gives me back more company than you do.
Good, mate. I'm glad. I ain't cuddling you. Just a little when we're waiting on now.
How does Nikki find also finishing fifth?
She's give up on us, or to be honest, she's come to the realization that he's not what everyone thought he was.
Wow. And she did that in a week.
Oh yeah, that was decided like 6 seasons ago. Oh, Lookman said 2 seconds for the interview, lads. so says what? I'm disappointed. I'll tell you what. We'll start the podium interviews. Start from P3. Marshall, I've got to say, after your quali, the sprint race, I didn't quite think you were going to be up there. And then seeing you pick the medium tyres, mate, I thought you were gone. I thought your race was over.
Oh, it wasn't just me that thought that then.
No. Like, we had memories of, I'm going to DNF next week.
Yeah.
Running for our lines.
Well, when I saw the wet weather, I thought exactly the same. So yeah, it's quite surprising to line up on the sprint grid with some slicks, to be honest, because the weather showed that it was going to be wet the whole sprint. So that was quite nice. But yeah, I pulled along. I think I come in at the right time in the sprint. So literally, I come in just as DRS got turned off. So I stayed out a bit longer than some behind me, but come in earlier than everyone but one in front of me. We come in at the same time. So actually, that worked out really well because I jumped two in the pits when they come in then. So it's just really good timing for my pit, to be honest.
Yeah, your sprint race looked, brilliant. The strategy call, that, like as you said, that timing to pull the pin to change tyres was brilliant. But the feature, obviously, that safety car came out. You pitted for the mediums. Was your plan to go to the end, or were you hoping for another safety car?
Well, would you believe my plan wasn't to start on softs? I completely, I chose my strategy and I forgot to click it and select it. So my plan was actually mediums to start with, rather than softs.
Ooh.
But yeah, the safety car came out, like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And I thought I had to come in at the time I did on those softs, get rid of them. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I can do medium, and then I realised that we had a sprint, so I didn't have a second set of mediums.
Yeah.
I was okay. I can still do medium soft or medium hard, depending safety car come out. And as we're going on, everyone in my chat, like with 10 laps to go, they're like, okay, you need to change the softs now. I'm like, if I change the softs, I think I was about 3.6, 3.8 ahead of Ozzo behind me. If I go to soft, I'm going to drop all the way back. I'm going to have to fight my way through again. I was like, I can try and eat the pain.
Yeah. This is something I was talking to Kieran about while I was on comms. It was more towards the end of the sprint. The lads who tried to stay out on the slicks, like knowing there's only 2 laps left, you're going to lose more time by pitting than you would by staying out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, and that was my thought on pattern behind that. I thought, well, 4 seconds there. I think with 5 laps to go, although it wasn't really catching on me, it was holding it around 3.8 seconds. So I was like, well, there's no point coming in. There's no point coming in. And to answer your question, what were those mediums like at the end? I'll be honest, I couldn't tell you. On lap 31 is when I looked last, and they were just at 60%. So it wasn't awful, to be honest.
Yeah, not as bad as I thought. I thought it'd be closer to 80%, to be honest.
No, I think obviously managed them well.
Yeah, you must have. How did you feel when Hound got past Osso and that gap started closing?
Oh my! Well, I saying to my streamer, like, I'm hoping they battle and drop a couple attempts, but it didn't happen. And then Hound was like, it got in my last lap. I'm like, oh, he's in my DRS. He's going to get me on the line. But I had about 13% ERS left, so I'm like, I'm just going to have to max out on last corner. And thankfully, it was just enough.
Just enough, yeah. Unbelievably close between you two.
Yeah, it was like just over a tenth, wasn't it? The line between you.
0.069, I think it was in the end. So, but I saw him on that last corner. I saw him, and I could see him in my mirror trying to. He wanted to go down the inside, so I'm just like, I'm covering the inside off. If he's going to take me, he's going to have to go the outside. Lucky I did, because I think he would have beat me otherwise if I give him that inside line.
I agree. I agree. Great move. Great decision. Great driving, mate. And yeah, you've capitalised on some other mistakes from what was not a great quali or sprint from yourself, but you've took another podium.
Yes, absolutely. That's the main thing. And I've beaten the 50-50 curse now, so it's okay. It's not bin it. It's not win it or bin it. So I'm happy.
Great job, mate. Great drive.
Cool. And well done to Teabag and Luckman as well. Great racing.
Absolutely, and we'll move on to T-Bag. I've got to say this is a track, mate. That's just it's got your name all over it.
No, not really. Not anymore. That's it. It's done. Sprint was great. Feature first half was great. Then the second half I switched off because I made some stupid moves, and then in Harlow being a dickhead ruined it for me. I switched off, and that's why I just couldn't be bothered to fight Luckman. That's my race done.
Yeah, all right. Some of your comments, mate. Should we say for stewards? That's fuck all to do with us as commentators, but yeah, sprint. You look phenomenal. You looked unbeatable, mate. And then wet conditions. We know from previous you in them conditions is it's like a match made in heaven. We hoping that the feature was wet or.
No, because I knew it was dry from the graphics.
See, the graphics said it were dry, but it said the sprint were wet and they looked the exact same at the start of the sessions.
I think that was the end of it. So like it finished at the end of the sprint, straight into the race.
Right.
Temperatures were lower, but yeah.
That might explain why Marshall managed to stretch his medium so long, because track temps were low.
Yep.
Actually, it does make sense. But yeah, just in general, Portugal, it is a match made in heaven, regardless of potential incidents, which will be reported if there are. You drove a solid race, and the track limit penalty was ultimately what stopped you from winning that.
Well, I need to look at that because I think that should be removed, but that's neither here nor there. That's something.
But
Yeah,
it was nice to see you going wheel to wheel with Lockman. It had been fairly aggressive at times, but neither of you overstepped the mark.
Yep.
From what we could see. Any comments on that?
No, none.
Right, I think we just move on. Lookman, fucking great drive, mate. You've ended up taking P1.
Good evening, gents.
Good evening.
Well, try and lighten the mood a little bit. It's a half decent drive. I mean, it's not ideal that probably the last 10 laps was probably a bit boring for the stream, obviously just sitting in the 3 seconds, but I knew staying in the 3 seconds was enough for me. And then from there, it's just about keeping my track limits down. I ended up racing the last 6 laps with 2 track limits, so it was a little bit sketchy at times, but happy to take the win, and obviously commiserations to Teabag. Obviously not ideal losing it with a track limit penalty, but I'm happy for the win.
No, you had a great drive, and I tell you what, like when it came to pit stops and stuff like that, you looked like you capitalised. You were fast when you needed to be, and I'd say fresh out the pits, you look faster than him, and that's when you made a move.
Yeah, I mean, predominantly over the last couple of seasons, my second stints have always been a lot better than my first. No reason why. I drive exactly the same. Braking points are fairly similar, so I don't understand why I'm slower in the first stints. But to be
Because
honest,
the car's slower in general.
quite possibly, but that doesn't mean that everyone else is slower, does it?
Yeah.
Or the car just livens up and just feels the way that you expect it to.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And to be fair, it's probably a lot of concentration as well. I haven't been practicing very much this season, so the first stint is a bit of a
Bit
feeling
of a
out
learning
process for
curve.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
bit of a feeling out process, and then obviously the second stint, I'm comfortable and can push it a little bit more. But
I
like I say,
can
I'm
understand that.
really happy.
I can understand that. You
yeah.
spend that first stint learning the car, getting used to how it feels through the corners, and then once you're comfortable, you start pushing.
And then you
Exactly
change
that.
tyres and everything changes again.
Exactly that. It's just building that confidence in the first stint for the second stint to know that okay, when I need to push, I'm gonna push, and I can push without making too many mistakes. So
I've got to say
it
though,
was a
you
good
did
race.
also look comfortable tonight with ERS management. You know, Teabag was burning a lot more than you at the start, but you didn't let that bother you. You didn't fall into it. You didn't suck into using ERS yourself. You just carried on with your own plan.
Yeah, and as I've mentioned to you guys, obviously in the past, it's ERS management has been a big one for me in especially this season and the end of last season, just being a little bit better with it. And a track like Portimao is so hard to recharge. I
Yeah,
didn't touch my ERS for probably 6 laps and it barely moved.
yeah.
So it's a tough old track to recharge, and I knew that everyone else would be burning. So it's just about being clever with it. Use it when you need to. Don't use it when you don't need to.
That's it. From our point of view, mate, watching it, you knew what you were doing, and you had a game plan. You stuck to it, and it worked. It worked. You've took the race win here at Portimao, mate.
Appreciate that,
And now
chaps.
you're
Really
going to
appreciate that.
China ahead of Marshall.
Yeah, obviously that's not too much of an issue to me. I've been behind in the championship. It's the first time that I've led the championship, I believe. So to be
Yes.
honest, as long as I have some decent performances, and it doesn't really matter where I end up. You know,
Well,
Marshall still has to be,
China is round 7, midway point of the season. So
and
could be
that's
the turning point for one of you, or
it. Could well be.
both of you could just completely fall off
Don't
and
try and
somebody.
add pressure on. Don't try and add pressure onto it.
You can have the pressure for the moment, King.
Yeah, to me, it does not make a difference. If I win the championship, I win the championship. If I don't, I've been beaten by the better man. So to me, performances and just improving week on week out is more important to me, to be honest, at the moment.
Well, you're
Don't try
doing
and be
a
all humble now.
no. Shut up, you Kieran.
It'll
You're
be
doing a
the
great
admin
job.
chat later.
You're doing a great job of that, Harry, mate. Keep it up. I've got to say, a phenomenal race, mate. We talked about obviously driver of the day, and it's unfortunate that we sort of overlooking you a little bit, but Hound had an absolutely brilliant weekend as well. So
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that at all. That would have been my personal driver of the day. What a weekend for Hound to find the pace that he did this weekend.
so
Unreal.
close to
Absolutely.
taking a podium as well. I thought he
He
was going to
was.
get
Yeah.
Marshall out that final corner,
Point
but
point 0.98 it was in the end.
Was it? Yes.
Yeah,
The thing
less than
is,
a tenth.
there's some maybe some things happening in the background, so Marshall could end up dropping further down.
yeah,
That's
Which
obviously that's gonna have to
there's a
be
potential also penalty to be
yeah.
removed. Other than that, I'm not too sure.
So that could. This is the thing about the podium interviews. It's good for it being on race day, but
It can
with the
change.
stewarding, yeah, it can. The podium sits can change from today to by tomorrow evening. Um, so hopefully it doesn't. But
Well,
all
that's it.
three of
Either
you
way,
had a
that's
decent
one for the
race.
stewards to deal with. We
Yeah.
do these podium interviews based on who's took it on track. So great job from you lads. Absolutely brilliant drives. I don't know how Marshall's made them tyres last that long, but great job.
Absolutely no idea. Like Kane Lowry would be proud of that stint.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
And
you're,
I'm sure he's still running the same softs from season 2.
yeah.
Cheers, guys. Thanks very much. Well, that's
Thank
good.
you.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Some great drivers in here. Even the people that aren't on the podium. So I had some great side by sides, totally clean as well in the race. So well done to those guys on track as well.
Oh, we appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks for obviously joining in, putting on a show as usual. Thanks for joining us for some comms.
Yeah, and I look forward to hearing from from Lockman and Marshall next week, as it does seem to be a regular podcast for them this season.
We can hope.
Yeah, we'll just take it week by week.
That's right.
I'm just piling under pressure now.
No, but we'll end it there, lads. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the race you put on tonight. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Join us next week. We'll be at China Friday 8:30 and Sunday here as usual 8 p.m. We'll see you then.
It'll be the regular comms team next Sunday.
Yeah, we finally got rid of Kieran, so make sure you tune in.
Kieran.
I was only here to help out.